Okay, before I was about to start recording, I had this like weird like rattling sound, and a cockroach decided to crawl into my tea and fucking drown. Just thought that was worth pointing out. First time showing my face on camera on purpose in a while. Hello, I was just at the Australian Nationals FMC competition. Fuck. Right, hello. I was just at Australian Nationals FMC 2024, which is the annual nationwide FMC competition they hold to not take up unnecessary time in the schedule at Nats. Due to the power of peer pressure, I actually got decent at FMC going into this competition, and my PRs of 32 and 33 seemed very beatable, as I average about 29 at home, and so I just thought I could get a sub 30 mean. But of course, it being nationals, I didn't have many expectations beyond that. But off we went, bags packed, insertion stickers stolen, and drip acquired. Yes, this is a real t-shirt I'm owned, and yes, I am ashamed of it. It was off to the competition. Now the first solve was mediocre at best. It was, from what working I still have with me, a good DR into a bad continuation leading to a 30, but still on pace for a sub 30 mean. The second solve went abysmally. After about 45 minutes, I realised I wasn't fucking working on anything, so scrambled together a 15 move DR and some botched edge insertions to scrape together a 36 and at least have something on the paper. Going into the last solve, I had very few expectations. I knew I needed a 32 to beat my PR mean, which I sort of would have taken, I guess. But the main goal was to just have at least one sub 30 single to bring out of this competition. And in the back of my mind, I did know I could get a 23 and still get the sub 30 mean. Not likely though. I did, however, get far closer than I should have been allowed and got a 25. My fourth best FMC solve ever, ranking me second in the state and about 20th in the country. Also beating the reigning national champion in the same room as me. Obviously nerves were very different for the two of us, but the point still stands. I'm fucking goated. And because I like being a cash cow about FMC, I decided I would break down the single so you can see what not to do. So the bad edge count is 666 on all three axes, but I chose to do a white front EO on the normal scramble because I saw these two bad edges could connect to B and F, so I could solve both faces to align edges at the same time, and then that just puts three bad edges on the B face, so I could do B, R2 to connect everything, and then F. And that solves EO in 4 moves, which gives DR minus 4E4C on white top. I don't remember if I checked red top, but it's obviously not better. So it's an RZP skip if you want to call it that. So from here I nist to this, and still from white green, the bad edges are here, 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 and here. Bad corners here, 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 here. And first thing that I saw was to bring this corner to match this pillar down here with B2, which does mess up the edges, so that needs to be accounted for. Luckily that's really easy because this pillar is here, so you can connect this corner with DF2, align the pillars, solve. 9 move DR, which is good for me. And then from here, there are a lot of blocks, so I got pretty hopeful, but eventually nist back. And this is where things start getting interesting. So I saw that this pair can connect with these two edges to form a 2x2x2 in 3 moves with F2, R2, D2. However, the last move of the EO was F, so we actually cancel a move, and the EO ends in an F prime instead. So that cancels a move on the 2x2x2. And then I saw this line and this line, that can just be paired up with UL2. And then U prime leads to 3 edges and 5 corners, which is my original skeleton. But then I saw this pair and thought, this could be useful. And turns out just solving it in 5 moves solves all the edges and 3 corners. So I basically did a 3E, 3C insertion in 5 moves, which is like obviously crazy good. So I'm left with 3 corners in 19 moves. And this is what the skeleton looks like. So I just mark it down as JK, which is in my letter scheme. And so at this point I realize I have a 27 at worst. And when going through the insertions for the first time, I thought there was 0 cancellations. I thought I had a 27, and I was a bit upset about that. So I spent 15 minutes trying to find better stuff because I found this in about 15 to 20 minutes. But then I just had a second look at the insertions, and I'm really glad I checked insertions again, because actually right here, the pieces are here, here, and here. So with a B2 interchange, you could do B2, L prime, F prime, L, B2, L prime, F, L, and then the next move is L prime. So that cancels 2 moves. I was really happy I didn't miss that. And then just finish off the solution, which gives 19 plus 8 minus 2, which is 25 moves, which is my PR single. I'm sorry for the low camera quality, the lighting is pretty abysmal. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Huge congratulations to Max for becoming national champion, and also Josh, a decent WA cubing friend of mine, for clutching out 3rd place. Everyone else for PRs and stuff at the comp, and also huge thanks to Elijah for basically forcing me to get into FMC. It was actually a lot more fun than I expected, as I would always use FMC as just a joke meme event that I accidentally podiumed in that one time, but it's actually pretty enjoyable. And although it's not an official podium, I did get 3rd at the WA location, so that was cool. Look, coming out here, night. Even though this channel is geared a lot more away from real content and more into clips and solves, as I've more recently been focusing on the cubing part of cubing as I try and break clock records and stuff. I've really been enjoying making quote-unquote real content recently. Even though the Nats predictor thing was pretty low effort, I still enjoyed making useful stuff, even if it's useful in a different way, like video quality versus video content, etc. And speaking of which, if we account for the fact that Tommy Capriles did not show up, my predictions were actually pretty accurate for FMC this year, which I'm happy about. But yeah, it was a fun comp, and yeah, I do want to get back into making real content slowly over time. But I'm off to Nats next week, so my next few videos will probably just be the big Nats videos, so the vlogs and one other video I have planned. And yes, I will be properly vlogging Nats this year. I know I half-assed it last year, but I do want to get something out of it this year, because yeah, even though I don't think I'm going to podium in anything this year, because blind has gotten too good as I've fallen off, and clock is uber competitive, so yeah. Actually, that's one of my favourite spots. That's the end of the video. Thank you.